a DIY solution for cleaning grout. In order to make our DIY solution to clean this grout, we're just going to grab a cup or a bowl. I'm only cleaning this small area for the video, so I'm just using a small cup, but you can definitely use a bowl or something larger. And you'll need some regular baking soda. Mine's just decanted, but it's the same. And some hydrogen peroxide. These are going to be the items we'll be using. And then you'll want to use either a small scrub brush or an electric scrub brush or just a regular scrub brush as well. When making this solution, it does not matter what size cup you actually use or bowl. It's all about the proportions of the products. It's going to be equal parts baking soda to equal parts hydrogen peroxide. So in this case, I'm going to use about 1/8 cup just to make it easier. Pour that in there and then take 1/8 cup of my hydrogen peroxide as well. Now, when you add the hydrogen peroxide, you might need to add it in slowly as you mix it, just so that you don't get a lot of clumps inside the baking soda. But you'll pretty much be mixing it until it turns into a sort of paste. So I'm just mixing until all of that baking soda has pretty much dissolved. You're not going to see a bunch of clumps. You can add a little bit more if you'd like it to be thicker, more of a paste, or you can use it a little bit more liquidy and always add as you're cleaning if necessary. Once your solution is ready to go, the reason I really like using one of these laundry cups is because it has a pour feature. So you can just pour it right onto the grout, which makes it really easy for me. And we're just going to start with a little bit so I can show you guys the difference. So I'm taking my small scrub brush first and just going to scrub into the areas. Circular motions will pretty much work the best. However, you definitely could just scrub it. You'll actually notice almost immediately a lot of this dirt and brown stuff is going to start coming up. That's the gunk from your grout. So hydrogen peroxide is actually meant in order to essentially whiten or brighten certain things. That's why it's great to be used in the laundry. It's also great for grout, but it is safe to use on other colored grout. Like I have kind of a brownish tan grout, so it's completely fine to use on a different colored grout as well. And since a lot of times a very small scrub brush can be tedious, especially if you have tiled floors like I do, which will just take me forever if I want to scrub the whole thing like this, I usually use the scrub brush for small areas or just touch-ups when I feel I need one. But a great option for larger areas, or if you'd like to cover more ground, is to grab an electric scrub brush. I use just a flat top. There are a couple different options, but this way you can actually scrub into the ground. And you can do it much faster and cover way more ground much quicker. Because it has a long handle too, you can usually stand up and do this, making it easier for those who have a bad back. Once you've used any of the scrubbing methods to your liking and you feel that your grout is clean, you can go ahead and take a damp cloth. I just use some regular water and I'm just going to use it to pick up the solution from the ground. You're going to notice right away that you can usually see a bit of a change in the color. However, when there is some baking soda in there, it will discolor it for a second, so don't be concerned when it's still wet. And as mentioned earlier, if you don't want to have to get on the ground or you're cleaning a lot of areas, taking a damp mop will also work if you just want to go ahead and use it to wipe up the area. It's really important when you're using the baking soda, though, that you do clean it off very well. It will leave a film otherwise, and your grout and your floor is going to have just a bunch of baking soda on it. It's pretty gross. All right, now almost instantly, even on video, you guys can see that this is significantly cleaner than the areas that I have not cleaned yet. This was our before and this is our after. This is before we even let it dry. So I'm just gonna use a towel for a second, dry up the floor, make it a little bit easier to see. So right away, we can definitely see that this part is a lot cleaner than the before. Now, an important thing to note when you do this, it is always best to reseal your grout afterward. This will allow the grout to stay intact longer and just keep it cleaner for a longer period of time. However, if you're unable to, there are many times I've done this and not sealed it afterward, simply running out of time, but it is absolutely best to seal it afterward for longer lasting results and better tiling. So again, that hydrogen peroxide and baking soda really made a big difference. You can see the before and the after. There's a lot of dirt and grime that's been building up in here versus this side, we've just removed all the gunk on top. And you can see that my grout is actually a very nice light tan color and not this dark brown we thought it was. And there you have it, an easy and simple way to clean your grout with a DIY solution. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more cleaning and home videos. And thanks for joining us again today, guys.